Hello, my name is Brough and today I'm going to be presenting my final major project, and it is titled Life as a Session Musician. So for a bit of context, for my final major project, I'm going to be working as a session musician for about 4 or 5 different FMP projects across college. This will cover work in the studio, live performances, as well as cover songs and original songs, so I'm getting a wide range of experience doing this. My aims from this is to gain experience working as a session musician, as well as to become more well-rounded and versatile as a bass player. And I hope to be leaving with a portfolio and be able to take my work with me into my future. So first of all, for my primary research, I'm going to be using Andy Holden. Andy Holden is a bassist, and he spends a lot of time doing work on cruise ships as a session musician. The questions I'm going to be asking him include promotion, so that's how his work's marketed, as well as how he uses social media to promote his work. His technique, this involves like general bass playing and what techniques he thinks is most important for me to learn and what I should be focusing on. And as well, his experiences overall as a session musician and what he's learned and important skills that I might need in the future. For my secondary research, I'm going to be researching 3 different topics. The first one is social media. So I'll be learning this through articles, and the aim of this is to learn how to make more interesting content for my portfolio, as well as being able to make sure that I'm uploading the most important aspects that I can present of myself. The next topic is I'm going to be researching various different genres, such as jazz, reggae, metal, and funk. I'm going to be adopting the techniques of these genres and trying to implement it into my session musician work. The main way that I'm going to be learning this is through YouTube videos. And then as well, I'm going to be learning a bit on music theory. I found a playlist on YouTube full of music theory videos, so I intend to go through these and learn learn and start to learn bits of music theory, and this ties in with some of my genre research. So I've created a SWOT analysis of the project. So for the strengths, I've got experience in various genres, lots of resources around me, so that means at college I've got tutors, people, gear around me. I'm not limited by gear at home or at college, I'm not going to struggle in that aspect. And I also have experience performing and in the studio. For weaknesses, I have limited experience in some genres. Don't know that many genres, however the ones that I do know I'm experienced in. My music theory knowledge is very limited. I don't know very much to do with music theory. Primary research sources aren't guaranteed, so if I don't get a primary research source, that's going to be a struggle, and then my work is reliant on other people. Opportunities from this: expanding experience, learning music theory, building a social media account, as well as a portfolio, and then building connections. The threats are, if someone last minute drops me from their work, I waste a lot of time, miss out on experience, and I also might become unable to do work to a high standard due to a busy schedule if it does come down to that. Now moving on to planning and production, I have my timeline here, and my work is cut into 3 different phases. So as you can see, I've got phase 1, which is the project proposal, as well as my secondary and primary research and the evaluation. And then phase 2 will be practical work. So that will include all the rehearsals, recording, gigs, practice sessions, and the diaries I'm going to be doing over the course of it. And then phase 3 is my presentation and evaluation right at the end. Moving on to practical skills. Skills I have: performance. I've done quite a lot of gigs in and out of college, so I'm well experienced in that. Bass guitar, I'd like to say I'm pretty good at bass guitar, and I can use that for my work. I'm experienced as a studio tech. I know what I'm doing in a studio, and that'll be helpful if I am in the studio during my time over this project. I also have experience playing in the studio as well and recording. I have experience in DAW such as FL Studio and Logic. Once again, this will come in handy if I'm ever in the studio doing recordings for people. I have experience working in a band, which will be good for rehearsals and work that I'm doing there. And then I've also learned how to do research through college, which I'll be able to apply when I do my primary and secondary research. Evaluation and reflection, the way that I'm going to be doing this, firstly, is through diaries. So I'm going to be creating a weekly diary. This will track all my work, and I'll write down what went well, what didn't go well, what to improve on, and what I'm going to be doing the following week. I'll also be taking videos of all my rehearsals and practice sessions and pretty much everything I do. So there's a visual representation of any progress made, any changes that need to be made, any issues. And then I will also, every week, be taking feedback from the people that I have worked with, and I'll ask what I need to improve on and what went well. And to present my work, I'll be doing this through my Wix website, as well as my portfolio and my social media that I will be creating. That's my bibliography there. Is there any questions on my F&B? Yeah?
Which genre are you specifically, like really looking forward to, and which do you think is going to be the most challenged to kind of emulate?
Jazz, I think, because it's not something that I've looked into very much before, so it's the most fresh experience out of all of them, so I think I'll learn the most from it. Is there anything else?
When you're learning your sort of music theory, what parts of music theory are you hoping, what's the main focus in the music theory? Is it the dots on the page? Is it
a lot of like scales and just understanding scales, keys, and that sort of.
Yeah. And will you record those onto your digital portfolio so you've got evidence?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of me practicing them and going through them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
More on the music theory, would you like to walk away from this project with some ability to sight read music score for bass?
Yes. Yeah, I'd say that would be a good skill to learn from my F&P. Is there anything else?
Well done.